The #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. So I've given you a few seconds to call your friends, message your family. Let's book Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube. TT Real Talk. Share, like, subscribe, viewers, and we are right there. So as we start off tonight's program, viewers, just a little update. 4 months after the Regulated Industries Commission (RIC) recommended an electricity rate hike for residential and commercial customers of Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Company (TNTEC), customers still do not know how much more they will have to pay. Neither Minister of Public Utilities Marvin Gonzalez when the increase would kick in. Gonzalez said RIC report is still at a subcommittee of the Parliament being reviewed and held more than a dozen public consultations, which resulted in recommendation rates adjustment. It has been 17 years since TNTEC increased its electricity rate. When the rates are announced, TNTEC will have to inform its customers 21 days before the change are implemented. So viewers, that is the latest update concerning TNTEC and the price increase. Nobody can say when it will come on stream and how much customers would be paying. We got an average percentage rate, but nevertheless, they are waiting on the final word concerning that. So remember, viewers, we are licensed money lenders. We talk finance and investment. You want cash borrow, it's not a problem. We love to lend. But you have to have some form of security for me to hold in order for you to get money borrow. As for the investment, it's 4%, viewers. Remember, nowhere in Trinidad you're going to get 4% on a fixed deposit. Nowhere. Only at Real Talk. So those of you who have cash and you want to invest it, it's not a problem. Remember, I'm a licensed money lender. If you want to lend money too, there's no problem, we lend in. So viewers, on screen is our office number. Contact our office from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Saturday is from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Remember that, viewers, our central office and south office. If you have cash put on in the bank and you're not getting interest and you want to turn over your money, come talk to Saieed. I will show you how to make money. Remember, things are getting very hard in Trinidad and Tobago. Very, very hard. Remember that, viewers. And everybody wants an extra income somewhere. So if you have money to invest, Saieed, I have all money, boy. I want to turn it over from a man who is a licensed money lender. We doing that too. Everybody knows Saieed is a licensed money lender. From time to time, I just show up my documents on television, so everybody would know Saieed is a licensed money lender. That is why I don't hide paperwork. I don't want you to see it. So when I come here now and I say, hey, we lending money, we legit. None of side road business. Remember that. So back to our news tonight. Minister of Energy and Energy Industry, Stuart Young, has stated that there are over 350 vessels named Gulfstream, which makes it difficult for state agencies to find the owner of the capsized ship leaking oil off the Tobago coast. So I want to ask Stuart Young now. You have 350 vessels named Gulfstream, but I don't think the 350 vessels will have the same registration number. You see, I will tell you something. My uncle and them, they had boats. We had boats. I have boats. But one thing I can tell you is that it will have 100 Saieed Ali in Trinidad. But there is only one real talk with Saieed. Correct? Correct, Trinidad and Tobago? They will have 100 Saieed in Trinidad, a Saieed Ali in Trinidad. But there is only one side with real talk. And I want you to understand where I'm coming from. 350 vessels named Gulfstream. But it's not 350 vessels will have the same number. So when you hear ministers come out, oh, and have 350 vessels named Gulfstream, how are we going and find which one is which one? You search for the number, Stuart Young. You search for the number that they register with. That will break down your search. That will break down your search. So don't come in Parliament and tell them, oh, it had 350 vessels with Gulfstream. How many Honda vessels have in Trinidad and Tobago? It will have 10,000 PE. A. It will have 1,000 PEA Honda vessel. But you know what makes the difference? The four numbers under the PEA. And I want you to understand that. So when you hear them come in Parliament and say they bomb their gum, believe me, all again quarter of the truth. Quarter of the truth. Young said expert divers swam to the ship hull several times to gather further information. However, sea current, low visibility, and accessibility impeding their efforts. Listen to this.
The use of this word Gulfstream and the speculation that is rife in the public is something that this government is not engaged in. Our information from the Maritime Division and the Ministry of Works and Transport and other experts are there over 350 vessels that are named Gulfstream. We have to deal with facts. We have engaged Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard and engaging with a number of intelligence agencies as well as various Coast Guards throughout the region. We have sent divers down to the vessel on at least 3 or 4 occasions, including specialized divers. They have told us due to the currents, due to the rough up and down of the ship, what the conditions that they're facing, the low visibility, etc., there is very little they can do. We are deploying all of the necessary resources and available resources.
So how come a ship entered Trinidad and Tobago waters and nobody didn't know about it? How come? How come? Now let's say something. I asking questions. Question needs answers. Oh, and by the way, they say the ship going to Guyana with oil. Guyana exporting oil. Guyana not like Trinidad, we buying oil. We had a refinery. Some clung had decided it was best to shut it down and change management for we to continue making money. No, too much a clung head involved. Guyana exporting oil. Hey, I just be in Guyana every week. Every week I just be in Guyana. My staff will tell you, my team will tell you, every week I just be in Guyana. I was supposed to go to Guyana tonight. 10 p.m. tonight was my flight, and I decided to cancel because of work purpose in Trinidad. Something that I cannot leave undone. Undone. Guyana don't need oil from Venezuela. All you understand that? Guyana don't need oil from Venezuela. So they can't say the ship was going to Guyana. Jack they will say, I don't know that. I don't know whose ship is that. I don't know why the ship coming here. Guyana exporting, they're not buying, they're exporting. We buying, we not exporting. We in Trinidad, we buying. So when you hear these ministers come up on television or in parliament and you hear them start to yap them out where God give them, and it's just, wow, really? And then they come and they throw it out in the public domain now for we clubs in the public to buy it. And I could tell you tonight, Guyana don't need oil from Venezuela. I could tell you that tonight. So it's sad. Now, the minister stated that the vessel probably overturned somewhere in international waters and there was no debris found near where the vessel ended up, which is upside down on a reef in Tobago waters. He said the Maritime Division, Coast Guard and other intelligence agencies have been assisting in tracking the identity of the vessel and the owner. Listen to this.
The first thing that we need to understand is that this vessel was probably overturned somewhere out in international waters. There was absolutely no debris found anywhere near to where the vessel eventually ended up, which is upside down on a reef, unfortunately, in Tobago waters. The Maritime Division, the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, other intelligence agencies, including Caribbean Impacts, have been assisting us in tracing and tracking the identity of the owners of these vessels, if such exists, because we are all very aware that there are occasions, unfortunately, in international trade where less than legal activities take place.
My thing is, how come it entered our waters and nobody Coast Guard picked up a boat entering our country? How come? 2 weeks now. 2 weeks now. And you got tell me the Coast Guard couldn't pick up a boat entering our country? The Coast Guard couldn't go out and see what it was? That's our next thing. That's a different topic now. Young said the government has been able to ascertain the vessel contained fuel, and the laboratories and added that it was likely to be bunker sea fuel, which is not crude oil. He said the fuel was on its way to Guyana, but stopped off in Aruba, and the satellite imagery showed that the vessel was on tow. The minister also noted that the government took action immediately after learning about the oil spill on February 7th. On the same day, the Tobago House of Assembly learned of it from fishermen. Listen to this.
What we have been able to ascertain and to put an end to the speculation that is coming, unfortunately, from those on the other side and fueling social media, etc., is that this vessel contained fuel, as at this stage, what the labs have told us, it is likely to be bunker sea fuel, which is not crude oil, fortunately, and this bunker sea fuel was on its way to Guyana. It seemed to have stopped off in Aruba, which is a source of possible fuel, and the satellite imagery has picked up that this vessel was being towed. The Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries was first alerted to this oil spillage at about 9 a.m. on the 7th of February. Tobago House of Assembly and TEMA have told us that they first became aware by fisherfolk around 7:20 a.m. that same day. Immediately, central government invoked and is utilizing the National Oil Spill Contingency Plan that puts the Ministry of Energy as the lead agency.
Jagdev said, we do not know anything about that ship. So who knows about that ship? Who knows about that ship? Guyana Vice President is saying, we do not know anything about that. So if the President of Guyana came out and said now, we knows nothing about that, how could they say it is going Guyana? How could they say that? Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali has indicated that the government believes that the capsized barge leaking oil off Tobago could have been triggered by a towing operation gone bad. Now that I could believe. Speaking in Parliament, he said, TNT is handling the situation and is at 2 emergency level, but may require outside help. Listen to this.
The Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries continues to provide support and assistance in this matter. All the correspondents provide a comprehensive and accurate account of all that has taken place in a multidisciplinary, multi-sectoral team approach, and should help to dispel some recent inaccurate, irresponsible, and misleading commentary that there has been an attempt to conceal information from the public, particularly the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, on the matter of the oil spill. Madam Speaker, there has been no hint of any cover-up.
Now, we don't expect the Prime Minister to come out and say, well, you know, it have a cover-up. We don't expect that. We know how the Parliament runs. Now, the PM stated, it is believed that the situation was triggered by a towing operation gone bad in assisting the investigation. The CARICOM Implementation Agency for Crime and Security, impasse, also contained the authority in Panama and Aruba for photographs of the tugboat Solo Creed and the Gulf Stream.
Madam Speaker, as soon as it became clear that there was a serious problem brewing on the Tobago coastline, I was informed and I immediately directed that the relevant ministers not only assume their responsibilities, but that they be physically present in Tobago as often as required in order to ensure that the functions of the central government are faithfully and comprehensively discharged to the people of Tobago in conjunction and collaboration with the relevant officers in Tobago.
Now, viewers, the government may also need to talk to other jurisdictions, including Venezuela. However, they are offered to help from major oil handling nations such as Brazil and Venezuela. Venezuela getting in. Now listen to this. Dr. Rowley added that while they have identified many leads, there is no definite identification of the operator or ownership and confirmation of the findings of party or parties involved. He noted that the situation was not budgeted for in the annual allocation and the cost of dealing with it must be assumed by Finance Ministry as an extraordinary expense. Let's listen to this. Well, nobody less. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, We're going to hear the oil spill linked to Petrotrin. It's ridiculous. We're going to hear that after this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Now viewers, when we ask Dr. Rowley if we will be getting help from outside, this is what he had to say.
The Ministry of National Security, in particular the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, immediately reached out to other local and regional agencies, including the Maritime Services Division, IR Consilium through an expert consultant, CARICOM Impacts, and the Guyana Coast Guard in an urgent effort to identify the vessels and their owners and operators. As new information comes to hand, we may need to talk to other jurisdictions, including Venezuela. At the moment, we have offers of help from major oil handling nations, Brazil and Venezuela. The Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs is in contact through the established protocols and will continue to advance these discussions.
Now, how much is it going to cost the Ministry of Finance? Let's see if Dr. Rowley can enlighten us about it.
We have made good progress and have identified many leads which are being followed up in the ongoing investigations. There is as yet no definitive identification of operators or ownership and confirmation of the offending party or parties. We have also not yet determined the nature of the operation which resulted in the wreckage drifting to our shores. What is a fact, Madam Speaker, is that notwithstanding who is responsible, we have to protect, preserve, and restore the environment. We will also relentlessly seek to find out who is responsible and hold them liable for all that they are required to indemnify us for. This event was not budgeted for in the annual allocations, but the cost of dealing with it must be assumed by the Ministry of Finance as an extraordinary, inescapable expense.
I was expecting a price. But nevertheless, probably later on, we will get an estimated figure. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has stated that there has been no cover-up by the government concerning the oil spill in Tobago, and the Tobago House of Assembly Chief Secretary attempt to link the tragedy with claims about the Petrotrin refinery is also ridiculous. This after Augustine suggested that the government may not have been forthright with the information it had on the vessel, and queried if the vessel owner is one of those trying to purchase Petrotrin refinery. However, Dr. Rowley detailed The government outreach to the THA on a spill and said there has been no hint of any cover-up. Listen to this.
The Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries continues to provide support and assistance in this matter. All the correspondents provide a comprehensive and accurate account of all that has taken place in a multidisciplinary, multi-sectoral team approach, and should help to dispel some recent inaccurate, irresponsible, and misleading commentary that there has been an attempt to conceal information from the public, particularly the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, on the matter of the oil spill. Madam Speaker, there has been no hint of any cover-up.
Now, viewers, he noted that as soon as it became clear that there was no serious problem brewing on the Tobago coastline, he immediately directed the relevant ministries not only assume their responsibilities, but they would be physically present in Tobago.
Madam Speaker, as soon as it became clear that there was a serious problem brewing on the Tobago coastline, I was informed and I immediately directed that the relevant ministers not only assume their responsibilities, but that they be physically present in Tobago as often as required in order to ensure that the functions of the central government are faithfully and comprehensively discharged to the people of Tobago in conjunction and collaboration with the relevant officers in Tobago.
So viewers, the reason why we showed you this much clips with Dr. Rowley, we wanted you to have a fair idea what is taking place concerning the oil spill and the wreckage in Tobago. We wanted you to have a fair idea what is coming from the Prime Minister and how he is dealing with it. This is why we gave you this amount of information concerning the boat, concerning the oil, and concerning what Dr. Rowley is doing. Now, something close by. Cocaine valued at $500,000 has been found washed ashore at Cove Estate in Tobago. Reports indicated that around 2:40 p.m. on Sunday, a black plastic bag containing a white substance resembling cocaine was found along the shoreline. The drug weighs approximately 1.109 kilogram. They had an estimated street value in Trinidad and Tobago around $515,285. Officers of the Tobago Division Task Force and Special Intelligence Unit are investigating. Meanwhile, Northern Division Task Force South officers, along with emergency response patrol officers, conducted an exercise between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Sunday in the Caparo district. During the exercise, officers proceeded to a bushy area at Unity Lane where they conducted an extensive search, which resulted in the discovery of 3 police operational jackets, 3 pair of black tactical pants, 1 police cap, 1 police beret, 1 police reflective vest, 1 camouflage jacket, and 1 pair of camouflage pants. Congratulations to the officers on that raid. So viewers, we had Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We are looking for a graphics person to join our team. We're looking for a graphics person. Persons of interest, Marlon Andrews. Marlon, if you feel you get away and nobody is calling your name, from time to time I will put you up. I will put you up and let everybody know not to lend this man money. I will put you up and tell everybody you try to rob my money. But me say nothing, very difficult. By next week, so I'll put a little a little price for this vehicle. Or probably by Wednesday, Thursday. Well, last time I bought a quota on my vehicles and I get it, you know. I get it. Yeah, I don't play. But Wednesday, Thursday, we go put a price on that vehicle. And anybody see it anyway? I don't care who he is. You're a bandit, you're a police, you're a bailiff, you're from the army, you're from the Coast Guard, you're a normal citizen. Once you could get a vehicle, you're getting a reward. That's how I side is doing. I do business who out there and who are out there, you know. I want something done, I pay and I get it done. That's side. But nevertheless, we go get it. Just like how we get the rest, we go get it. So Marlon, your name will be stinking up throughout the country. Even your friends telling you about your own side, imagine you fall along and nobody coming to your assistance. This is the real world we're dealing in. And that is what a real show. I just want to let you know that. Don't feel I forget you. You feel like, oh, boy, side forget me. No, me I forget you. Just how we ain't forget Narissa. Just how we ain't forget Narissa, we ain't forget you. But me I beating up with Narissa. I just waiting for one thing. It's just one thing I'm waiting on. And when I get that, I will show you how I get in Naka. Narissa, you could run, but you can't hide. Always remember that. And I always tell people that, you know, you could run, but you can't hide. And Raquel run. And we get her. Nice and easy. So if Marlon Andrews, just flashback it there. If Marlon Andrews feel he could run and he could hide, and he feels side forget him. No, me I forget you. You understand? So this is the vehicle. Anybody see this vehicle on the road? Or know of the vehicle? Contact me, there's a reward. If you buy the vehicle from Marlon, drop it back to Marlon and tell Marlon you want back your money. I'm telling you. Drop it back for him and tell him you want back your money. So as we continue our program tonight, a businessman and a ship captain have been given the green light to sue Police Commissioner Earl Haywood Christopher over her delay in deciding whether to grant him a firearm user's license. And they want to talk? Yeah, we go talk price increase of ministers just now. We're going on to that. High Court Judge Frank C. Posada, a good man, eh? Frank is a good man, eh? Granted the man leave to pursue judicial review case. The man who operates a vessel, maintenance business, and a captain a vessel to perform the service in July 2021, he was granted a provisional FUL. Now listen to this, eh? He completed several firearm training courses before he submitted his application for an FUL in June 2022 during the tenure of Haywood Christopher, predecessor, Acting Police Commissioner McDonald Jacob. He also visited TNT Police Service firearm unit several times seeking an update on his application but received none. His lawyer said the respondent, Haywood Christopher, had not provided an appropriate time frame as to when the applicant can expect a decision on their application for FUL. Now Trinidad and Tobago, one man do it, the next 25,000 could go ahead and do the same thing. I want to let you understand that, because Haywood Christopher said there were 25,000 applicants and only 100 were approved by her. And she was proud to say that, 100. Every day a businessman place is being robbed. Home invasion. Robbery taking place. About 100 out of 25,000. Who pulling your string, Haywood? I want to know who. I asking. Now listen to this. They added that the absence of a timely communication has created a challenge in comprehending the cause of the delay in reaching a decision on the application. The man is seeking a series of declaration over the delay as well as an order compelling Haywood to decide on his application, which means, hey, here what's going on. What matter here is either I get it or I ain't get it. And if he ain't get it, Haywood, you have to give the man a damn good reason, and also the judge, on why you ain't give this man the FUL. Imagine that. Eh? So the next 24,900 applicants, well, I could go ahead and take action now. One man got it. Since 2022, his application inside. In 2021, he was granted a provisional license. Imagine that. Eh? He submitted his application for FUL in June 2022. We're in 24. And up to now, this individual cannot get a word from Haywood Christopher. So the next 24,900, let me tell you something. All I go right ahead. And the lawyer sending a letter. So we're going for a short commercial break. But when we come back from this break now, we're going to hear opposition against salary increase for public officers right after this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
So welcome back, viewers. The opposition says it will not support a salary increase as proposed by the Salary Review Commission, SRC. And they believe the Prime Minister will not support it either. Opposition Chief Whip, Dr. David Lee, have questioned the timing of the government's decision to lay the SRC's 117th report in Parliament on the backs of the oil spill disaster in Tobago and the debate over nominations of the Deputy Commissioner of Police. Yeah, there's a big bacchanal going on with that too. He said that it was strange that the government would want to bring the report now, adding that he thinks it was to deflect away from the oil spill and the lack of urgency this government has placed on the recovery and cleanup of it. Among the SRC's recommendation is the opposition leader's salary increasing from $29,590 to $47,500. MPs stands to benefit a $3,258 increase, with their salaries rising from $17,410 to $20,666. Lee's colleague, Dinesh Rambali, MP for the Shogunas West, also stated that he will not support a proposed salary increase for parliamentarian at this time. So Trinidad and Tobago, the public servant were forced into taking a 4% hike. They were forced into signing a 4% agreement. 4%. When I said stand for your rights, they said no. They said no. So look at the price now. You all saw the jump of the Prime Minister's rates? Almost a $21,000 increase for the Prime Minister. You all saw that? It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous on a time like now. On a time like now, they can't find money to do anything. But they're finding money to increase MP salaries on a time like now. You're not paying that 1 month or 2 months, you know. You're paying that until they remain in power. Imagine that, eh? Imagine that. But we'll bring you more news as it unfolds. The House of Representatives on Friday approved Kurt Simon as acting Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP, and Junior Benjamin and Natasha George to the substantive position of DCP. However, MPs rejected the nomination of Wendell Lucas as a substantive DCP following concerns raised by the opposition. Each motion was represented by Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines in his own name, although listed on the order paper in the Prime Minister's name. He said, Simon holds a master's degree in criminology and a bachelor degree in criminal justice, had once led a fraud squad and had Munilal quipped that experience in operation must bear more weight than someone who had spent decades doing administrative work in what some view as a valid criticism for the career path of a police commissioner, Earl Haywood Christopher. So what Monilal is saying here now, the Commissioner of Police spent her life doing administration and police work. In police work. While we have officers such as Simon, who hold a bachelor degree in criminology, a master degree in criminology, and a bachelor degree in criminal justice, why isn't he made a commissioner? He has the expertise, he has the qualification, he has been on the field. How come? We have qualified police officers in Trinidad and Tobago to be the commissioner of police. But I choose one who hit 60. They choose one who have no background knowledge in fighting crime. So when I come here, Trinidad and Tobago, and I start to open my mouth, I just open my mouth with facts. With facts I just give you. And I just tell you, go and check it to make sure. Go and do your little own research, and you would see. One who has failed in the first 6 months. One who failed in the first 3 months. Imagine she came out and said, well, you know, our plan wasn't successful. If you cannot do the job, why are you in office? Should the body wag? Should our body lead without a head? Or the dog tail should wag without a tail? Caller, good night.
Yes, Saeed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yeah, but Mr. Ali from Sanigadi. Yeah, this. Now the post office and them people, they're passing now with the property tax, and you have to sign for the property tax now. You have to sign for the paper. I tell them, me sign in, take back that to input on them.
Don't sign nothing.
Me sign it, I tell them, me sign in nothing, take it back to them. And after she go with that, I'm not supporting that. I asked if she's supporting that. She said she had a property, she not support it. I said, Kieran, doing well, don't you think? Yeah. You see?
Don't sign nothing. Don't sign.
Take it back, I don't know that. Yes?
Don't sign. Thank you, caller. Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. When I told you all, do not partake in property tax in Trinidad and Tobago, all they didn't listen. Call them in, but bring out a penalty. Oh, if all they pay, all they go charge $5,000. I came out on national television, bold and brave, and I told you all, do not take on that. That was a bullied penalty that he placed on all you. You didn't want to listen. Oh, side talking, side have money, side you pay, side ain't full out no form up to this date. Up to this date. And I told you all, do not partake in that. All of a sudden get fright. Oh, they go charge me 5,000 and it go be a penalty and this and that and you go to jail. No, you're not going no way. How come I get no court order to come to court for failing to submit my property tax? How come? How come? I'm still here. Now, use a pensioner. I want to remind you of this. Use a pensioner or house and land on your name, and for some reason you cannot pay that. Let's say 10 years down the road, you cannot pay that. Whoever inheriting that property would have to pay a 10 years property tax, you know. I'm telling all you. Caller, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Saeed, in the beginning, the man said he needed 50% of the threshold to go ahead with the property tax. You know? So
yes.
Why people follow the form? Why do people follow the form? So you see, people wanted it, and now when they change the price, everybody balling.
Everybody balling.
But guys with a sign up for.
Yeah.
Who? And when people was line up all up on Monroe flyover to go in valuation office, people wasn't studying that at the time, and people is stamping hot sun.
Correct.
Right, now, you're talking about the commissioner. I just want to touch on this thing real quick, right? You're touching on the commissioner. You're asking a question why it is that they picked Ula. They picked Ula because they could control Ula. That is the only reason why she is there. You remember last year for the TTPS Sports Day, when they asked you how to rate herself, what she said? What she did say last year for the Sports Day, and she was excellent?
She was excellent.
And what happened now? The crime plan failed. So where's the next step? Where's the next step for the TTPS now? I don't know, I just asking, but I want to bring something to your attention before I go, right? Listen, I travel and come back in for the carnival weekend, right? And you know, most of the countries in the Caribbean side, the country I went to, nobody is pulling out an immigration form on Trinidad. Oh, why we still have to pass this dinosaur paper where we have to pull out all this information and give one copy to immigration and one copy to customs? You know, I went and them just take my passport and scan it on a machine and tell me go ahead. Why we don't have that technology yet? There's only people fooling people here, and everything they're talking about digitalizing this and digitalizing that and e-money and everything. They want to make, just imagine, sorry, they want to make money in the digital currency, right? And any bank cuts your credit card in half. So who they're fooling?
Correct.
Who you're fooling? So the bank wants to control how you spend your money, then where you
Correct.
want to buy and how much you spend it.
Yeah.
So cash here somewhere and over people. Let me tell you something, sir. People need to open the eye and see what's going on right now. Don't wait till it's too late and then you say, oh, well, we didn't know, and this and people need to open the eye and see what's going on now. They have freedom going there, you know.
Correct.
Anyway, sir, you enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, remember, I was telling you all, I am telling you all, I have been warning you that 5,000 column input put on a penalty fee was for you to run to the office and get your form and fill it out. That's the only way he could have done that. And I told you all on national television, do not fill it out. Don't. I see some annual rental value. Watch one for places. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was shocked. You have a caller? You have a call? I tell you, imagine a man paying pension in a 2-bedroom house, and the annual rental value for the year is 100 and something thousand. I was shocked. The man sent me the document, but he said, Saeed, don't put it up yet. I'm waiting to get other people, cousins, and then I want you to put all from our side on television. He said, hold on. A 2-bedroom, and they hit him almost $120,000 a month. $120,000 annual rental value for a 2-bedroom house. Now, push come to squeeze, they give him an exemption, he cannot pay. If the man, hear this now, Trinidad and Tobago, if he lives 10, 15 years after, and let us say the monthly rental value come up to 9,000, 10,000 a month, or 8,000 a month, 10, 8, 80,000. Now say 80,000 every 10 months. About 90-something thousand. Right? 90-something thousand for the year. Or 100,000 for the year. And this man decided, you know what? He got an exemption for as long as he living. Good. Come on, he die. Son take over the place, grandson take over the place. You know, if that man died 10 years down the road, that 100,000 per year multiplied by 10 years is $1 million. So when his son now takes over the property, or his grandson inherits the property, what is the government going to do now? Is the government going to seize the property? Or are they going to put some sort of penalty on the one who inherits the property? I want to let us ask ourselves that. This is very important. I had a whole week about this same thing. I showed you video clips after video clips after video clips. When you think I lie, it came from the horse's mouth themselves. Let me tell you something. When they implement property tax, some of them go hold on their head and ball, you know. And know what's selling all here? Me? I ain't paying none. If Colin Mimwood could get exempted from a multi-story dwelling apartment, I want the exemption just like Colin Mimwood. I ain't paying none. Not because I Saeed, not because I a licensed money lender. No. If it's good for them, it's good for me. And if it's good for me, I'm fighting for all you. That is how I just look at it. It's easy out there, you know. It's not easy. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but we'll be right back after this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we have a few minutes left on our program tonight. I just want to remind you all, I am a licensed money lender. We do lend cash, but you have to have some form of collateral, viewers. Those of you who have US to sell, it's not a problem. I am buying. Remember that you could do an online transfer or you could deal cash. I am buying. So I just want to give you a little update concerning COVID and Tim Gopi Singh. Dr. Tim Gopi Singh wants to know if reports of an increase in COVID-19 cases in the aftermath of Carnival have any sound basis. In a statement, the former Caroni East MP stated that he had information relating to an increase in hospitalization and deaths owing to COVID-19 and other respiratory infection at public hospitals. Given Health Minister Terence Dial Singh's January announcement of an increase in the incidence of COVID from December 2023 to January 2024, as well as the death of 6 patients, Gopi Singh stated or said a spike was expected post-Carnival. He called on Dial Singh to provide a status update on the COVID-19 infection and related deaths, expressing concerns about a reported increase in patients being admitted to the hospital for serious and low respiratory tract infections. Gopi Singh said there must be some clarity as to the cause given the presence of Sahara dust, which has been known to cause serious respiratory illness. The former MP also noted that he has been reliably informed that major hospitals were increasing their stocks of oxygen cylinders, and questioned whether there was a correlation with the uptick in reported COVID-19 cases. So Trinidad and Tobago, we did not hear anything of the COVID-19 spikes from Dial Singh. Carnival was last week. We expect this week that he will say some sort of something. So viewers, we are at the end of our program tonight, but nevertheless, you're viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. There's a rerun of this program tomorrow morning from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Remember that. So until we meet again, good night.